This video is brought to you by Factor. Stick around to the end of the video to learn more. Yes, waiter, I would like to order a slice of humble pie, if you have it.
Get out!
The amount of people tweeting at me saying, "Hey Saber, you were wrong. Hey Saber, you're kind of wrong about this video. It wasn't a flop. You know what? You win this round, okay? I was wrong. My crystal ball was broken. Yeah, Elemental might have been one of the worst Pixar openings ever when it opened in June earlier this year. And it was my fault for not being able to, predict the future to see how this plays out. So that one's on me. Jokes aside, I'm here to make an addendum to my previous Elemental video. Because lo and behold, it's not just Ember who has legs apparently. Yeah, I made that pun. But yeah, Elemental is alive and well. It's done quite well, as a matter of fact. It's currently sitting at around $458 million worldwide. And is, if I'm correct, one of the most successful original pieces of IP from Hollywood since COVID hit. So it's a pretty big deal. It's doing really well. The question is, why? So many folks thought this movie was dead on arrival. Including me. And for good reason. Pixar has been circling the drain for years. It's been having a hard time when it comes to COVID. Theaters are not doing so well anymore. Streaming is kind of undercutting movies. It's a changing landscape. Pixar has a lot of shakeup when it comes to leadership, at least in the last few years with Lasseter and its current trajectory. There's also just the cultural shift of people and how they view Pixar and its movies. And then competition has been a bitch. But hey, Elemental is spitting out blood and saying, I didn't hear no bell. All right, let's go. And for the first time in a long time in a losing war for Pixar, they won a battle. A pretty big fight. Congratulations. And I mean that sincerely. I like Elemental. When I watched the film, I thought, this is a good movie. It's a shame the marketing sucks. It's a shame the competition's so stiff against Elemental. But this movie refused to quit. And has even surpassed Across the Spider-Verse when it comes to international, sales. Not domestic, but international. Across the Spider-Verse is still the bigger movie and the grand scope of international plus domestic, but still, that's some pretty good accolades for Elemental. And also, that's part of its success currently. Why is it doing well? Because international audiences are we dig this movie. Especially in South Korea, they love it. Which is great, because the film itself is about immigrants, so I'm glad that resonates well with them. Also, I think that Elemental has stuck around in theaters for quite some time. It's been I'm pretty sure, well over 45 days. So I think in that time frame, folks got it out of their system when it comes to Barbie, Oppenheimer, Spider-Verse. I know the Mario movie was earlier this year. It's been a few months though. But I guess the competition has subsided enough for folks to go, what else is there to see? Hey, Elemental, let's go check it out. Because believe it or not, Pixar is still a well-known brand. Families still like watching Pixar movies. And for a lot of them, they haven't seen a Pixar film in theaters in a long time. So that's probably part of the equation there. Now, I was wondering about also when it comes to theaters being expensive, if that might have been a reason why folks were there's too many movies coming out. We'll put priority on Spider-Verse. But Elemental, we're not feeling it. Again, the marketing wasn't that good for the film. But also movies being insanely expensive. Maybe families were a little bit apprehensive at first and are just now getting around to watching the film saying, we watched Barbie, we watched Spider-Verse, what else is there? We miss Elemental, let's go check it out. And it's a good thing too that Disney did not put Elemental on Disney Plus yet, because if they did, I think that would have undercut the entire operation. The theatrical run would have been watered down if they did that. So a lesson to be learned here, maybe the streaming services gotta wait a bit longer to put the movie up on there. There's such a confusion right now, and this is mainly because of like COVID, the pandemic, streaming services. A lot happened in a very short amount of time, and they're still trying to make heads or tails of it. But I guess what's cool though is that you look at like Disney Pixar, you see that like for Disney, they're not doing so hot right now. And Elemental was initially like in that lot of films that have not done well this year in theaters for them. But again, it refuses to die. I guess the fire won't go out, and it's now considered a success by quite a large, margin. All things considered, it's not as big as like Finding Dory or The Incredibles 2, but in the current landscape, that's a solid win. And Pixar really needed that. Full disclosure, I'm currently working on a video called What's Ruining Pixar, and I still believe that they have a long way to go to write their course. It goes back further than just Elemental when it comes to their current spiral, but I see Elemental as a hopeful, good step forward in the right direction, that they still have it in them. Now, is it like Spider-Verse levels of success? No. Are they still like treading water? That's another pun, I guess. When it comes to trying to keep up with competition? Yeah, they are. They are currently finding themselves. And the entire topic of why they are in the situation is exceptionally complicated with so many moving like variables and parts to it. Like I've been spending like months trying to research this video, trying to understand why Pixar's in this predicament. And there's so many factors to it. And I still want to upload this video. Like the Elemental doing well does not make me want to go, well, I was wrong about Pixar entirely. It's like, no, if anything, this really kind of like raises the stakes, saying that Elemental can prove that Pixar still has it. It's just that, can they do better moving forward now? Or was this a fluke? Who can say? But the film is good. I'm glad it's doing well. It deserves that. So that's my addendum. Those are my overall thoughts about the current situation with Elemental and Pixar. Again, I tip my hat to you, to the folks who made Elemental. It's pretty badass that you all refused to stay down. And you're like, no, we got a movie here. Let's go. And it might have been by the graces of the international viewers that saved you, which is, I think, the case mostly. It might have been that Disney decided not to kill you all, by putting you all up on Disney+. But something was done right here for a movie that is very good. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Hey, let me know what you all think about the Pixar situation in the comments, and I'll see you all next time. So a big shout out to this video sponsor, Factor. What is Factor, you ask? Well, Factor makes meeting your nutrition goals easier than ever by delivering fresh, never frozen, dietitian-approved meals right to your doorstep. And let me tell you, Factor has made my life so much easier. First off, I am stupid busy. It's currently 3:56 p.m. and I haven't had lunch, just coffee so far. But guess who has my back? Yeah, Factor. These meals are curated to be calorie smart, with around, or less, 550 calories per serving, and are legit such a time saver. I don't have to cook during the day. Who has time for that? Well, I guess cooks do. But for me, I turn on the oven, I grab a Factor meal, I toss it in there, then boom, lunchtime. Lunchtime while I watch cartoons and call it work. It is genuinely such a time saver. These meals can be ready to eat in 2 minutes if you roll with a toaster oven. Also, I go the keto path with my meals with Factor. I got the black pepper and sage pork chop. I got the chicken piccata. I got the garlic and herb chicken breast. Factor prepped these meals that are tailor-made for yours truly. Plus, they are fresh and never frozen and delivered right to your door. So, head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code Saberspark50 to get 50% off your first Factor box. That is, once again, Factor75.com or click the link below and use code Saberspark50 to get 50% off. I legit use this every week, for lunch, all the time. Highly recommend them. Go check them out.